Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Hideous Thoughts here, coming at you with another Black Desert Online video for console. In today's video, I want to do something that's going to be aimed a little bit more towards the beginner players. But for all of you guys who have been playing the game for a little while, stick around because you may learn something. So today's video is going to be the start of a series of videos that are going to be leaning more towards beginner players. And they're going to be aimed at showing you guys things that you can do to really help get you started in the game and understand the game a little bit more. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. In today's video, I'm going to be going over some tips that you can use or things that I can show you that are just going to make your life a little bit easier. So guys, if you learned anything from this video today, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we're making our way to 1,000 subs on the channel and I need your help to get there. So go ahead and do that and make sure you hit that bell button so you get notified when future videos go live. So now that all that's out of the way, let's get into the video. Alright guys, now the first tip that I have for you guys is utilizing nodes for energy. If you have a look around on the top bar, just above my health bar there, you're going to see some numbers that says 200 and a slash and 435. So the 435 is the maximum amount of energy that I can use for this character and all of my characters, because your energy is spread all around your characters, all the different characters that you have. So whatever your total maximum energy is what you can use on each character. Now the reason I'm bringing up this as one of the tips is because energy is one of those things that you're really going to need in this game, whether you're fishing or talking to certain NPCs or doing certain quests. You're gonna need energy, and it is, whether you like it or not, it is one kind of factor of the game that is really important. Now the main way that you can go and get energy is by knowledge hunting. So if you come into your knowledge, you're going to see this window here, and essentially you've got all these different kind of categories of knowledge that you can go and get, whether it's character knowledge, where you're going and talking to all different NPCs. Topography is going around different locations, getting knowledge on different locations. Ecology is getting knowledge on monsters, and then the adventure journal, for example, is questing knowledge on certain quests. So these are all different ways that you can get knowledge. If you look at the knowledge here, you can see the effect of having knowledge. So for example, my knowledge is 3,309, which gives me a 10% item drop rate. So this is really powerful as well, because if you can see, if you can get over 8,000 of these knowledge points, that's going to give you a 20% item drop rate, which is going to improve your silver per hour when you're grinding. Alright, now probably the easiest way for you to get knowledge when you're first starting out is topography. Alright, so basically what you can do is, if we have a look at the world map, you're going to see all these different nodes here. Okay, now I'm not going to go into this in too much detail. I did a whole video on energy, so I'll link that at the top so you can go ahead and you can watch that later. But basically you've got all these nodes. Now what you can do is you can utilize this side here called something lovely, and you can see that the nodes here are exactly the same as the nodes on the screen. So what you can do is you can use this side here, and you can look at where all the nodes are, and you can just go around to each place and you can find these nodes. This is probably the easiest thing for you to do, and you can do this right from the very start. And I highly suggest that everyone does it, not only because it gives you the knowledge, but it also unlocks your map. When you're first starting out, your map's all going to be clouded out and grey, and you're not going to be able to see anything. But once you start getting these nodes, you start unlocking areas and you can see the map, and it just makes kind of everything a little bit easier for you, just to kind of find your way around the game. Alright, so that's probably one of the things that I would highly suggest you do when you're starting out, is just going around unlocking all these nodes. You're going to get a whole bunch of energy for doing so, and it's just going to help you for your quality of life. Alright, now the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the menu. Okay, this menu can be a little bit kind of hard to find your way around when you're first starting out, but essentially you've got everything in the order here. So with your character, you've got rewards, your shop here, your shop, which is your central market, and your pearl shop. You've got adventure menus. Now basically this is all going to kind of be really overwhelming for you when you start out, but essentially once you start and you learn what each kind of category does and what you need to do, you're going to pretty much figure out where things go. What you can do is you can use this top menu bar here, and you can set the items on here that you use the most. Okay, so what you would do is you would press L1, or I think on Xbox it's LB. Okay, and you can come down here, like if I was to come into life and I'd come to garden, right, and then I can set the garden to this individual slot. Okay, because I've already got it set there, you're not going to see it, but if I was to set this one here to processing, for example, you can see that it changes to processing. So you can go ahead and you can set this like quick menu bar here for each of the things that you use the most. All right, so the way that I've got my inventory, my black spirit, my central market, my workers, world map, the character information screen, the gardens. If you do farming, this is one that I suggest you put up here because it's just easier to access it with all your characters. My knowledge, challenge rewards, edit my UI. We're going to get to that one in a second. Pearl Shop, I've got my adventure logbook. We're going to get to that one in a second as well. And Dark Rifts and Friend. Okay, so that's just how I've got it set up. So utilize your menu there and set it to the items that you use the most. And that's just going to help you access this menu a little bit faster, especially when you got to scroll all the way down here to settings and edit UI and stuff like that. It just makes life a little bit easier for you. All right, now the next one that I'm going to talk to you about is the Find NPC. So basically what you can do is you've got this menu right here. Now what you need to do is if you come all the way down here into settings and you come to ring menu settings. Now if you come across into the menu, you can see all these different items here that you can attach to your ring menus, right? So you utilize the specific ring menu that you want to use. If I was to turn on my UI right now so that you can see my ring menu, all right, I'll save that. And now you can see, I've got a bunch of skills on the left hand 6, and on the right 2, I've got different kind of menu options, just so I can fast select these ones as well. And this is going to go hand in hand with your quick options that you've got set up here. So basically what you would want to do is you want to come down to settings, you want to come to ring menu settings, and you want to find the Find NPC. And you can go ahead and you can set that to your ring menu. Once you've got it set on your ring menu, you come into here and you select it, and this is going to be an amazing tool for you to use when you're getting started in the game, learning things. Even me now, I still use my NPC Finder every single day. It's just so useful. You know, if you are out and about and you need to find the nearest marketplace NPC, you can just go ahead and click on marketplace, and it's going to set a waypoint to the marketplace NPC, the nearest one, which for me is right here. All right. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can find different NPCs, the skill instructor, you can find the nearest stable, you can find the nearest storage vendor, you can find the nearest material vendor or worker hire NPC dude, right? So these are different things that you can do. Now, the other thing that you can do as well, for example, is you can search, right? Let's say that we're looking for the luxury NPC, but the luxury is not on that list. So what you can come down here is you can come and you can type in luxury. Okay, and then you can see all the luxury vendors around the map, right? So let's say, for example, that we knew the name of an NPC. Let's say that there was a quest that asked us to find a specific NPC, right? So let's say this one here, Lizzle, right? So what we can do is we can then, if we knew the name, you could just type in Lizzle, and it's going to give you the location of that NPC. Bear in mind, guys, to do this, you actually need to have spoken to the NPC first. You need to have knowledge of that NPC, right? But once you have the knowledge of that NPC and you know the name, you can just search them by name and you can find the specific location that you want. And then you can click on it and you can set a waypoint to that NPC. If I go into my world map now, you're going to see that it's created a waypoint all the way to that NPC. So that's the Find NPC, the NPC Finder. I highly suggest you take advantage of that. Now, the next one that I want to talk to you about is called the Adventurer's Tome. So once you reach level 53, the Black Spirit is going to give you a book. Okay, it's not this one. It's going to be called the Adventurer's Tome. And what the Adventurer's Tome does is it gives you a 20% increase in the silver bars that you get from elite monsters. Okay, so that doesn't really do too much. However, once you reach level 56, you can do a quest and you can upgrade it to this Chenga Tome. Now, the Chenga Tome is really, really good because you can see there the silver bar gain there, 20%. We get the combat grade XP obtained through quests, 30%, and it also gets that 150 meter vision range. Now, the 30% increase XP through quests is incredibly powerful, and it's going to really help you level up, especially if you're trying to hit level 61 for the first time, or if you're doing it on an alt or something like that. So the Chenga Tome is once you reach level 56, you can accept the quest to go ahead and you can upgrade your Adventurer's Tome to the Chenga Tome. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Black Spirit. So on your ring menu, you're going to have this. You can see this little symbol here, the Black Spirit. You can go ahead and you can summon the Black Spirit. Now, in this menu, you've got a bunch of different things. Okay, we've got the quest menu. We've got an exchange menu, enhancement, transfusion, item reform. Now, what the quest does is you can go ahead every day. You can go and you can accept some of these scrolls from the boss. Once you've accepted the quest from the Black Spirit and you've completed the quest, you're going to get the knowledge of that, so that you only have to do the quest once, and then every day you can just go back and you can just accept those quests again, and you can get these boss scrolls. And the boss scrolls are really good because you can just go ahead and you can just fight these bosses. You don't have to do the quest, and you get a chance to drop some pretty cool items. So that's one thing. Now, with the quest as well, you've got recurring, and recurring, if there's like special quests here or daily quests that he offers you recurring, and then you've got the event quest as well, right? Exchange. In the exchange, you can exchange energy for buffs. So if you guys are grinding and you want to get extra combat XP, you can exchange your 100 energy for that 20% combat XP. Enhancement, if you guys are looking to enhance your gear, this is the enhancement window, so you're going to find that in the Black Spirit. And if you guys want to know how to enhance, I did a video on how to enhance, like a beginner's guide to enhancing and fail stacking. I'll go ahead and I'll link that one up the top, so you can watch that one in your own time, and you can learn how to enhance as well. Transfusion is putting crystals into gear. So if you have any crystals that you want to slot into your weapons or armors, and you want to do that, this is where you would do it. You would come to talk to the Black Spirit, go to transfusion, and you would put crystals into your gear. Okay, so that's the Black Spirit. Now, while we're talking about quests, we might as well go into the quest window as well. So if we come and we open up the quest menu, the first thing that you've got is the ongoing. Now, the ongoing is going to show you all the quests that you have accepted and that you haven't completed yet. Okay, so that's where you would find what you would find in the ongoing. In the main, you would see all of the main storyline. This is the main storyline that you're going to do when you're starting out the game, and you're going to go all the way through to the end. Okay, once you've completed it, they're all going to disappear. But you can press square, or I think it's X on Xbox, and you can go back and you can bring up the old quest that you've done before, and that's where you're going to find all the main quests. Suggested is a really good tab for you to come through and look at things that you can do. So for example, if we come into the inventory expansion, you're going to find certain quests here where you can get free inventory expansion slots. Okay, you can get free pets, you can get free I believe you can get a horse through here. You're going to get a bunch of other cool items as well. There's a quest here to craft the Karlstein outfit. There's quests here to help you with leveling up your gathering and your processing and your cooking and all this sort of stuff, getting knowledge on all these different things. So the suggested is a really good tab for you to come through. And if you're looking for things to do, you can come and get some really good rewards by doing these quests in the suggested tab. This is also where you're going to find the quest for you to do your awakening and your succession for your character once you've reached level 56. Right, recurring is your daily contribution quests. If there's any quests that you can repeat that are repeatable, you're going to be able to find them here. Like, for example, the special fishing rod, right, where you're going to be able to do this quest every 3 days, and you're going to be able to get a triple float fishing rod. These are very valuable. They're worth around 9 to 10 million silver each, and you can do this quest once every 3 days. So this is a really good tab as well if you're leveling up your contribution points and you want to do some daily quests. You can come in here for guidance, and you can just find the quest that you're looking for in particular areas that you want to do daily. And new quest is going to be if there's any event quests or anything like that going on, that you're going to find them in the new quests. Okay guys, now the next one that I want to talk about is the challenge rewards tab. So what you want to do is you want to come into your menu, you want to come to rewards, and you're going to open up this one here called challenge rewards. And in this tab you're going to see a bunch of different you might see some items. Okay, so for example, every single day you're going to get these buffs here, these scrolls, and you can accept these. So for example, if I want this scroll here, it lasts 60 minutes and it gives me a 200% combat XP boost, I'm going to click on that one and I'm going to claim that. That's going to go into my inventory. If there's any event rewards, you're going to find them right here. And also if you've got any achievements, if you make any achievements like this one here, I became a skilled trader, you're going to get some rewards here for doing certain achievements, playing the game for X amount of days, and just general like playing the game things, you're going to get some rewards here. This is where you're going to find it. Now the other thing as well is every single day for logging in after the daily changeover, you're going to get these loyalty rewards. Now the loyalty rewards, you get 200 of these each day, and you can go ahead and you can claim that. Now while this is open, the Black Spirit Safe is another one. So any kind of rewards that you get from daily logins. So for example, if we come here to the attendance rewards, you can see that each day for logging in we get these different rewards, and that's going to be put into your Black Spirit Safe. So that's where you're going to be able to find it. And your daily fame silver payout, so you can see where it says 4,560,000. Your daily silver payout from the game is going to go into your Black Spirit Safe as well, so you're going to find that in there. Now you can just leave these things up here and you can let it collect over time, or you can take it out and you can put it into your storages or whatever. Okay, so this is where you're going to be able to find certain things. You can just leave it in there and grab it out as you go. Now talking about loyalty points, in the shop here, if we come into the menu and go to the Pearl shop, you're going to see this menu here called loyalties. And in this loyalty section, where I said you get 200 loyalty points every day, you're going to be able to spend those loyalty points in this particular section of the Pearl shop. Okay, so you can find items like different outfits for characters. You can get the Naughty Dog pet there. You can get family inventory slots. You can get value packs. You can get character slot expansions if you want to get additional character slots. You can get that in here for free with just the loyalty points. What do we got here? Energy tonics, inventory expansion slots, fail stacks here. We've got increased weight limit. We can grab those. And there's a whole bunch of different items in here that are going to help you increase your quality of life in the game. Things like the juices, the spellbound toolbox where you can get magic tools, and you can even get some more expensive items like the Kaposha accessories. You can increase storage capacities here. You can get boss scrolls, all different sorts of things. You can spend those loyalty points here. Okay, and now the other thing as well that I highly suggest that you do is you come up here to the Black Spirits pick, and you come down here to the silver event items. And what you're going to find is you're going to find these combat and skill XP scrolls. These scrolls give you 530% combat XP and 530% skill XP in the last 60 minutes. And you're going to be able to get those. If you're a new player, I believe you're going to be able to get them twice. So that's 106 of these scrolls you're going to be able to get. And these are incredibly valuable if you're boosting a new character to 56 for the first time. You're going to be able to pop one of these scrolls and you're going to be able to get power level to 56 in no time at all. These are also incredibly valuable if you're grinding your character from 61 to 62 or above. You're going to be able to use these scrolls to really help boost that XP. Alright, and now the next one that I'm going to talk to you about is the adventure log bookshelf. So what you would do is you can set it here onto your hotbar, or you can come into adventure and the adventure log bookshelf. And in the adventure log section, you're going to find a series of different logs that you can do. So for example, the first one that you're going to want to focus on is the Igor Batali's adventure log. And what you would do is you would do this book by book, and you're going to come in here and you're going to find a series of quests for you to do. So for example, this one here, you've got to defeat the Cyclops in Cyclops Land. And what you're going to get as a reward is 3 HP. And this is going to be spread across all of your characters. So every single character gets the same reward. Right, so 3 HP. Then once you've done that, you would come to the next one, where you've got to catch a gruntfish in Velia. And this is going to give you additional stamina. The next one's going to give you another 3 HP. And that's the first book done. Then you would come into the second one, where you're going to increase weight, increase HP, and increase accuracy, increase inventory slots. So all these different things that you're going to get. And if I was to show you the total family bonus that I've got, so you can see from completing all of this all up, I've got an additional 5 AP, an additional 4 DP. I've got increased HP, increased stamina, increased weight capacity, increased inventory expansion, accuracy, evasion, and my fail stack permanent chance has increased as well. So there's so much benefits to coming and completing all of these logbooks, and it's really just going to help you in game. Certain things like the Rulapy travel log, this is one that you're just going to do naturally as you're playing the game. So for example, the first quest is complete 101 quests, and it's going to give you 3 HP. The next one is 150 quests, it's going to give you 3 weight limit. And then you've got 255 quests, another 5 HP, and it goes all the way through till, at the moment, we don't have the complete book, but we're at 4,921 quests, and that's going to give you the increase enhancement chance, or increase fail stacking, as I should say. All right, so things like that you're just going to do naturally over time, but other ones you can spend time specifically completing those individual books. Now, the next one that I want to talk to you about is something that a lot of people tend to forget and new players don't really know. So once you've completed, if we come into the quest menu and we come across to main, once you complete the main story quest all the way to the end of Calpheon, so you can see we're going to keep coming down here, and we're going to come to this quest line here, the qualities of a god. So these will all be the same for every character. You've got the qualities of a god, and you're going to go all the way down. You've got all these individual quests in this quest line. This is the last quest in that quest line, looking for an adventurers. And then level 51 Medea is the start of a new quest line outside of Calpheon. Once you've completed this qualities of a god quest line, you're going to be able to go and speak to Cliff. Now, Cliff is at the Western Guard Camp, which I'll show you is right here. Okay, so the Western Guard Camp, not too far from Velia. You're going to be able to go and speak to an NPC there called Cliff. And Cliff is going to give you a series of quests. He's got 3 quests for you to do. And you're going to be able to go and complete those. And once you've completed the quest, you're going to be able to get 3 yellow grade weapons. You're going to be able to get a main weapon, a sub weapon, and an awakening weapon, right? And these are plus 15 weapons, and guys, these weapons are really, really good. You can enhance them. I left mine at try. I think that try was a good. I didn't really bother going to tet. I didn't feel like they were valuable enough to go to tet, so I left mine at try. And you can use these weapons to carry you the entire way through the main storyline, and this is just going to help you to not spend money on weapons when you're starting out the game. It doesn't really take long to get to the end of the Calpheon questline. You can do it pretty quickly, and until you get to the end of the questline, you can just use the narrow weapons. Like, the monsters that you're fighting aren't really strong. You don't really need to go. There's really no need for you to go and spend money on these weapons. You can just you can just stick with the free quest items, and then when you get to the end of Calpheon, you can go and talk to Cliff, get the Cliff weapons, and then you can enhance them up to try, and you can just keep going. And these are going to carry you. These weapons are amazing, guys. They're going to carry you a really far way through the game. And I highly suggest every single player gets them. Now, they're not just for new players as well. These are also for returning players. If you've spent more than 30 days away from the game, you can go and talk to Cliff, and you can do these quests again, and you can put these weapons on an old character or something like that. Right? But I highly suggest that everyone who's starting out goes and gets these Cliff weapons, because it's going to stop you from the needing to spend money on decent weapons. Now, the last thing that I want to talk to you about is to utilize your storages around the world. And this is kind of comes in with the knowledge thing and unlocking all these nodes and cities. Okay, so at each of these city nodes, so you can see this one here that looks like a castle, that's a city. And then you've got other ones here, these blue ones with the houses, these are a town. So in each of the towns and the cities, the city nodes, you're going to find storages. And in the storages, you can put different things. I like to keep mine organized. So for example, here in Heidel, I keep all of my alchemy and my cooking stuff. In Velia, I keep all of my like enhancing gear and all that sort of stuff. In Altanova over here, I try to keep a lot of my processing things that I would use for crafting and workshops and things like that. And the same in Calpheon over here. Etheria is kind of like my fishing storage area, and then you've just got other storages that you can use for different things. You don't have to do it how I'm doing it. All I'm saying is that utilize the storages to your advantage. You can use different storages for different things depending on what you want to do in what area. I highly suggest not kind of trying to put everything into one storage. You don't want to do all of your processing, your cooking, your alchemy and everything all in one town, because your storage is just not big enough to kind of fit all of these items in there. So for example, if I show you my Altanova storage, this is just a part of the items that I keep in here. You can see I've got all these different like powders and things like that, and stones and logs and all this sort of stuff. These are just like, it's just a piece of the amount of items that I use for crafting and workshop crafting and things like that. I've also got more in Calpheon, but I suggest not trying to put everything into one storage, because it's going to be a mess. And if you can utilize the storages to allocate different tasks to different towns, then it's going to make your life easier to find certain items. And you can just like, let's say if you're in Calpheon or something and you're grinding and you pick up an item that you don't want to keep in this storage, you can just put it in there and you can transport it to a different town that you want to keep that item in there. So just that's my last tip, guys, is just utilizing storages to your advantage, and it'll just help you keep your game a bit neater, a bit more organized, and just help you know where things are, because believe me, it's so easy to misplace items when you're just putting things into random storages, and you can spend a long time going through every storage and every item trying to find something that you've lost. I've done it a few times, guys. It's not fun. Alright guys, but that's going to be it for my tips for new players. I hope that you guys learned something from all of this. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and let me know in the comment section what you thought about the video. Alright guys, but thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all of y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.